Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shalawam, Israel. We'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalawam to Lek out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. You know, brothers getting up together in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Decided to just go with the flow, go live, you know, and pretty much, you know, getting into, you know, just a basic topic, man. You know, just us being prophets and how we come off, you know what I'm saying, you know, with the words of YAHAWASHI. So, you know, with that, we just hope this segment is edifying to you, Akim, out there. So, you know.
Kind. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 6. Though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we among you in all things.
Yeah, so, you know, the way that brothers come off, you know, to the public or the people out there, they take it some type of way, you know, because we're not coming off as your typical college professors or your suit and tie doctors or different things like that, or your pastors and preachers in the churches. But at the end of the day, what does that really mean? It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing at all. All that matters is what you speaking, if it's truth or not, man. You know, truth goes a long way compared to what they putting out there. They feed you with all different philosophies and bull crap, and they feed you up with them smooth words. So you enticed by that, you fooled by that. But we come off with the raw and rugged truth, and now you look at it some type of way, you know? And people want to discard the message because of how the message came off, you know, which is an emotional response, man. We dealing with reason and logic as men in this thing, man, you know? And getting into the definition of rude, you know, from verse, it says rude, an unlearned, illiterate man, a learned and educated one who is unskilled in any art. You know? So that tells you what? We are considered the unlearned and illiterate men. Not that we literally can't read or anything like that, but that what? We don't have that high level of prestigious Yale, that Harvard education.
That eloquent speech.
Exactly.
Like a polite.
Yeah.
Like polite.
Yeah, them big, how Apostle Gabar say, them big $50 words, man. We don't come off like that, man. You know, we simple, we plain men, because what? The truth is simple, man. You know? We didn't to be given that luxury of doing that, and a lot of us didn't have that opportunity. So what? We come to you with the words and the speech correctly of YAHAWASHI, man, as it should be, man. Not in the ways of Esau, in the ways that man sees that things should be fit to be, you know?
I got a quick precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 2 and 15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. You know, because even though, you know, the spirit come upon brothers and brothers get to be rude, well, hey, you still receiving that knowledge and understanding. The Lord also said he sent us out to a stiff-necked, hard-headed, and rebellious people. How do you talk to those people? You know, our people are the worst when it comes to comprehending or listening, man. Our people don't have patience. They ignorant. They stuck in their own ways. They hard-headed, rebellious, man. So the Lord, Jeremiah, which Jeremiah is an example for us. All the prophets are, all right? You know, it says, and I will give you pastors according to my heart. So even though we're rude in speech, like Paul said, yet not in knowledge, because we're speaking of the mind and the spirit of YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly called God and Jesus Christ. It says, which shall feed you, right? Feed you with knowledge and understanding. And you know how many times people would come into camp? A few weeks ago, there was a woman that I could recall came past the camp, and she said, I've been watching you guys. She said, I've been watching you. Oh, garment. Yeah, Salakia. Yeah. She said, I've been watching you guys for a month now, and she said, I learned so much within a month than I did on my whole entire life. And this woman had to be in her 50s, man. All right. So she could bypass a woman. Check that out. A woman. She could bypass the so-called curse and understanding, man. You know, because she was seeking the truth, and that's what Israel is seeking for, the truth, man. Got it up?
Yeah, I got a precept for you. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3. I started verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose word thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
So if the Lord sent us to the heathens, they would have hearkened. You know, the heathens love when Israel speak, man. You know that when we speaking of the truth, you know? So if we would have went, let's say that the other nations were grafted in as these freaking grape juice drinkers, keep talking about like Edomites could make it into the kingdom of heaven and sit on thrones, you know, or these other nations, or believe in Jesus Christ and anybody could be saved. Well, if the Lord sent us, well, Yahawashi sent us out to go to the other nations, they would have hearkened, man. They would have got right. We'd probably be in the kingdom right now. That's not the case, man.
Verse 7 says, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me.
Hey, let me say this. That's why we still in captivity. That's one of the reasons why we still in captivity, because our people are stiff-necked, hard-headed, and rebellious, man. You know, we waiting for the elect to wake up, man, to be sealed by the Lord, and then shall the end come, man. You know?
It says, for all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads.
So if our face is going to be strong against their face, that means that we're going to be at a squirrel, man. We're going to be at a squirrel with words. We're going to be debating. All right? We're going to be going back and forth through the scriptures and letting you know what the Lord is saying, man. And this person is, one person going to be mad and the other person is going to be telling the truth, man. So are we not going to say rude words? We got to watch ourselves from saying fuck, bitch, you know, ass, and all these words that the world today make it seem like, you know, it's a curse. And that's not even the meaning of the curse. The meaning of curse means a prayer for evil or misfortune to befall someone or something. Not a rude word as you motherfuckers or this black bitch. You know, that's just your preference of what you like to hear and what you don't. Well, the Lord ain't a respect of persons. The Most High is going to destroy America. Matter of fact, the Lord set the prophets up to offend you niggas, man. And a part of that rude speech is to offend you people, man.
Exactly. Last verse, it says, verse 9, as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead, fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
See? Because Jake will look at you like he want to kill you, man. You tell them that Jesus Christ ain't his name, they want to kill you, man. You know, all of what they learned through this plantation slavery doctrine, as Apostle Tahar like to say, man. You know, Jake being a Muslim all his life, being in Islam, man. You know, them niggas want to kill you if you tell them that Allah is not the true and living power. And that's just a Hebrew word meaning power. That's not the Lord's name.
Hey, yeah, you could grab the 1 Corinthians 2:1 for me. You know, oh, you right there? All right,
man. This is 1 Corinthians. My brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of Yahawah. For I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahawashi Mashiach, and him crucified.
And that's a big difference between us and the average person that's out there that may have went to some type of school or something. They feel as though they know something. We don't know nothing. Save Yahawashi, who is crucified, man. That's all we know is the Lord, man. You know, when we come into the truth, we know that we supposed to put off the old man. And that starts off with the mindset, man. Because your mindset controls your ways, your thought patterns, your whole being of who you are. That's why the people of the world is so confused, because they try to mix everything, man. It's like oil and vinegar, man. Oil and water, or, you know, however that go.
Water and vinegar?
Yeah, water and vinegar. You know what I'm saying? They don't mix, man. They don't mix at all. Now, you may use certain things of the world as edification for the truth, but this truth is first, man. You don't integrate the things of the world directly into the truth, man. It don't. Everything stems off of the Bible. So this is the trunk of the tree. You know what I'm saying? So how you going to try to add something else to the trunk of the tree when the trunk is already formed? You know what I'm saying? The trunk of the tree brings up the rest of the tree, the branches and the leaves and all of that, man. You know, so you trying to add on to it, man. You know?
Yeah. It's jumping back. This is First Corinthians 2:2. For I determined not to know anything among you save Yahawashi Mashiach and him crucified. And I was with you and in fear and in much trembling, and my speech words of men's wisdom, but in demonstration of the spirit of power.
And that's what it's all about, man. When we doing these lessons, we out there in them highways and byways, it's a demonstration of the spirit and of the power of the Lord, man. It's the Lord that has to work through us. We don't do this on our own, man. We don't have our own power that we draw from. Our power source is YAHAWASHI. It's not of enticing words from man's wisdom, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not depending on quotes from the world to mold our mind based around that. Our mind is molded upon these scriptures. And when it gets into the word entice, it says to attract or tempt by offering pleasure or advantage, man. You know? We're not trying to offer you no pleasure, man. You know what I'm saying? This truth is rough, raw, and rugged. We're not offering you an advantage of how they would do in the churches. So your triple C blessing. You know what I'm saying? You pay $1,000 and the Lord gonna bless you 10 times fold. It's nothing like that. This ain't no pyramid scheme or nothing like that, man. We here to tell you the truth of who you are as Hebrew Israelites. You so-called, you die, man. You repent or die, and that's it, man. And people don't like that. There's nothing pleasurable about that. And when we find out in this truth, according to Acts 14:22, that through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom, people don't want to hear that. You mean I turn to God and I still got to suffer? The preacher ain't never tell me that. So we telling you straight up like it is, man. It's not a pleasurable thing, but hey, this is our lives. This is what we live for, man. And it is what it is. And we taking it as soldiers for YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, I got a quick precept. Jeremiah, you know, just to land back off the brother. This is Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesies both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophets which prophesies of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known the Lord have truly sent him. You know, because like the brother said, you know, telling you that the prophets prophesies of evil, pestilence, a downfall of a kingdom, man. You know, so we're not going to have the soothe words and the good feeling words for Jake to be feeling good for. You know, if you're going to feel good for this word, it's because you believe in YAHAWASHI. All right. You're going to feel good because you know the kingdom is coming. But you're not going to be feeling good if you got a contrite heart. You know, you got a malite spirit in you. And you want this world to stay in the way that it's going. You know, if you thinking you got a career and we telling you America gonna be destroyed, you're gonna get upset. The Most High is not America, man. Yahawashi said the fashion of this world shall pass away.
Except this the book of Job 32:21. It says, let me not, I pray you, accept any man's persons, neither let me give flattering titles unto men. For I know not to give flattering titles. In so doing, my maker would soon take me away. So what? People having those different degrees and all that type of stuff, PhD, bachelor's degree, associates, it's nothing more than a flattering title. What the fuck do a college degree mean nowadays? It don't mean nothing. That shit's no better than a high school diploma, man. And you know what's making a mockery of all these people that spending all these hundreds of thousands of dollars getting in debt and all that with college? It's people making money simply off of the internet, man.
YouTubing.
YouTubing. Our YouTuber is out making money than a doctor. Or somebody went to school 4 years, 6 years, getting their bachelor's, getting their associates, wanting to be a cop, wanting to be a nurse, wanting to be this, man. They making fools out of you, man. So all you have is that flattering title and nothing to show for it but debt, man. And ourselves, to the pastors and preachers of the world, they may have the riches of the world, but we have the riches of the spirit according to what? James 2:5, man. You know what I'm saying? So we not worried about the material things of this world, because what? We rich in spirit, we rich in faith, man. That's what it's all about, man. You know, our spiritual bank account with the Lord is piling up, Lord's willing, man. You know, in righteousness, man. That's what it's all about, you know?
Yeah, I got a quick precept since we quoted it, James 2:5. And get it. This is James chapter 2 verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. So like the brother said, man, the people, our people, 2/3 of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians, you look at us and you despise us. You see that we wear skirts, we like punches, you know, you despise this word that we kicking out through the Spirit of the Lord. Well, guess what? If it be so, we pray that we of that number, that elect, man. Because the scripture here says, hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High, all right, chosen the poor of this world. You see that? Rich in faith. Because the poor of this world will be rich in the faith, man. All right? Be rich in YAHAWASHI, which is the knowledge and knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It says, and heirs, meaning we're joint heirs with YAHAWASHI, all right, of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. So Yahweh, he made promises, he made covenants to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Kingdom, man.
And real quick, and that's why it says this in Proverbs 30 and well, I started 30 and 1, I jumped to verse 7. The words of Agar, the son of Jacob, even the prophecy, the man spake unto Ethel, even unto Ethel, and you call. This verse 7. Now it says, 2 things have I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and still and take the name of my power in vain. So that's why the Lord keeps us at that certain balance, man. It can't be all about the degrees and the particular words that you mix. Is better for us to be rich in spirit instead of having all the riches, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between us and a nigga that's in the world, man, that's proclaiming himself to be a man of the Lord, because his heart has been, his mind, when I say heart, his mind has been tainted by those worldly possessions. You know, there's nothing wrong with having the worldly possessions, but when you put your spirit into them and you idolizing it, that's when you're going off, man. You know?
Yeah, because the Lord don't want us to have pleasures in this world. Well, let me say riches in this world. He don't want us to be all happy as if this is our kingdom. We got a kingdom that's coming, man. The Lord said, nor eye nor ear have heard what's in store, all right, for the elect, roughly paraphrasing, man. Because that's going to be the surprise. That's going to be the gifts that the Lord going to give brothers, man. You know?
Yeah. Precept for you. This 1 Corinthians 1, and I started verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will be prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world?
You see, the wisdom of this world is foolish, man. The philosophies and ways of men. This bullshit ass religion. Jesus Christ, you know, is foolery, man. The wise of this world is foolery, man, compared to the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Lord, man. You know, people don't understand that we understand how earth was created, man. We understand the end. We understand that the earth is not going to be destroyed. We understand where nations come from, what line they come out of. This book tells us, man. The Lord tells us through his word, man. You know, we understand how the world works, man. We know that wickedness would never, won't live out his days, man. Even though his days be prolonged, you know. So, hey, man, this is the truth, man.
And having, you know, the wisdom of the Lord and not the wisdom of the world, we know, you know, the things that is necessary for our salvation, man. You know, of the world. But we know enough of what we need to get us to the point where we're trying to go, which is the kingdom, man. You know, but with Esau and these degrees and different stuff like that, they trying to seek out every little nook and cranny and trying to find out all the ways of the Most High. The scriptures say, can you dive to do you know down what's in the depths of the ocean? Or can you count the sands of the sea and all of that? You can't, man. You know, you got people trying to figure out all these unknown aspects of life that's not for you to know, man. All we want to know is what's necessary to get us from point A to point B, to get us out of the current situation that we in, to bring us into the kingdom so that we can enjoy life for real, because in this kingdom, we can't do that, man. You know, we're not worried about the common things of this world. And like me, for instance, what, you know what I'm saying, basically means like being illiterate and not in the learned art or whatever. I forget a lot of stuff off the top of my head. I constantly stumble over words. I trip up. So what? As long as I'm coming clearly with the word of YAHAWASHI, and my point is getting across, man. You know, the Lord don't want us to be glorified for our majestic words that we use, man. Right. You know, it's about getting the Lord's point across, the message.
That's why the Lord said in James, he chosen the poor of the world. He didn't choose the rich. Did not YAHAWASHI say it is hardly for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven? Yeah. It's hardly for a rich man, because a rich man has pride. A rich man is not willing to humble himself. You know, a rich man has it all. What need for him to what kingdom? He has the kingdom. You know, the Most High have chosen the poor of this world. I'm on board and say, I love your message, but can you please stop cursing? You know, like, come on, man. The Most High about to destroy you niggas, man. Exactly. And you worried about a few words? Exactly. Rude words? Exactly. You know? Yeah. I got a quick precept for you. All right, come on. This is Luke chapter 6, and I start at 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets.
Exactly, man. Woe unto you that are full, for you receive your consolation. I ain't nowhere near full, man. I'm hungry than a monk out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry for this knowledge. I'm hungry for the truth. I'm hungry for salvation, man. You know? That's what it is, man. You can bring it back real quick?
Can I start with 24? But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger.
Hey, man, Salaki, I got to bring on hunger. I got to bring out one precept real quick about the, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we at the point where Apostle Hart, you know, made the decree of the 3 shows a week and all of that, man, because it's all about the hunger, man. It's all about the hunger that you have personally for YAHAWASHI. And real quick, this is the book of Lamentations 2 and 19. It says, arise, cry out in the night, in the beginning of the watches, pour out thy heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up thy hands toward him for the life of the young children that faint for hunger in the top of every street, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So there's brothers out here that's hungry, man. Hungry as hell, man, for the salvation, man. That's how all of us got to be within this thing, man. Because there's nothing for us in this godforsaken world, man. You know?
Yeah, quick precept. Habakkuk chapter 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me on the tower, and will watch to see what he shall say unto me. And what shall I answer when I am reproved? And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So for the men that's hungry, you're going to grab this word and you're going to run. Like Forrest Gump. You know, but you ain't gonna get finished. You gotta finish. You know, you gonna. Hey, when Forrest Gump turned around, that's when the spirit left him. Yeah. So guess what? We gonna run all the way to the end, Lord's willing, man. All right, to the Lord put us on those chariots, man. Yeah. And to the spirit leave this poor flesh, man.
Yeah. And how it said in Habakkuk, what? I'll stand upon my watch. Matter of fact, bring it back one more time.
It says, I will stand upon my watch, set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what I am reproved.
Right, and what I shall answer when I been reproved. Because, you know, all of us brothers, we on the watchtower, what happens? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I mean, you know, you might be doing a overnight on the watchtower. You know what I'm saying? Like from 12 a.m. to like 8 in the morning. What, you might get a little sleep, you might doze off a little bit. You know what I mean? Gotta wake up or something. Right. So what, then when you waiting to see what I am to say when I'm being reproved, the Lord have Apostle Hart to come and reprove brothers. Step your game up. Get on the watch. Wake up. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it is, man. Exactly what it is. You know? Hey, man, this truth of YAHAWASHI is beautiful. And that's why it's great to have the guidance, you know, from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. So to keep brothers in line, because we all, you know what I'm saying, you know, may, you know, have our little slip-ups and still here and there, but that's why we need those spiritual guides, man.
Hey, the apostles are watchers over our souls, man. You can't get angry because the apostles telling you to step it up. You know, that's love. And you know, through the spirit, you know, I believe that's what, you know, let me bring the scripture out. This is Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked. Is this word, man. And when you're not doing shows the way you really supposed to, man, especially at the time and season that we're living in, man, you're gonna drift more in the world. You know, and I believe brothers can contest to that, because if you ain't occupied in this truth, the world is gonna grab you. The world is always gonna try to grab you. It's always reaching out for you. The world is like this. It's never gonna stop. Definitely. But the only thing that's gonna stop it, if you occupy yourself in His word, and with the apostle putting up that decree, man, you know, it's forcing you, and it's helping you at the same time. It's a good force. It's a good help. So that now, once you got the bicycle rolling, the wheel constantly keeps going. That mill keeps grinding, and you don't want to stop. You know how it is when you work out. You might keep going. I mean, you feel like, you're like, I'm not stopping, and it's just in you. Just your stomach burning, your back muscles burning. You just
build up that stamina, that endurance. You know
and guess what? After the workout, you feel good. You feel like, yo, I worked out. Like, I need to do it again tomorrow. You know?
Exactly. Word. Yeah, matter of fact, going back to the point, this 1 Corinthians 4 and 18 says, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. You
see? So that's why the Lord said you got to humble yourself as a little child, because scriptures also say you can't put new wine in old bottles. Why is that? Because an old man, an old fool, you know, thinks he know it all. When he can't humble himself to relearn what is the truth. Because you stuck and plugged into all of the range woman wine, all right, as you grew up, and you don't want to let it go. You know.
You always, because remember, everything is in the mind, and how Apostle Bar always bring out what we are our own worst enemies. So within your mind, you have so many things going on. You could grab that for me in Sirach 37, I believe it's like verse 14. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, you always got there's so many different things going on within your mind, but you always have to leave some room in your mind for correction. Always leave room in your mind for correction. That's why it always tells us in Corinthians 13 and 5, because you always got to have that room within your mind, you know, for that correction to be open. Because if you, like how the brother said, you think you know it all, then hey, you pretty much done for, man. You know what I mean?
What you need the kingdom for if you know it all? You already perfect.
Yeah. Like how YAHAWASHI said, the whole don't need a physician or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But he pretty much came for the ones that's sick, the ones that know they messed up, the ones that can accept correction, know they going off, know they doing wrong. You know what I mean?
And this is Sirach chapter 37. I start at 13. It says, and let the counsel of thy own heart stand, for there is no man more faithful unto thee than it. And that just proves the point that, you know, how the apostles say, you know, you are your worst enemy. You know? So I and let the counsel of thy own heart stand, for that for a man's mind is sometimes want to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above and in high tower. And above all this, pray to the Most High, that he will direct thy paths in truth.
And so that's the point, because your mind is like 7 men that sit up in the watchtower. So them 7 men represents a number of different spirits that could be on you at any given time. You could be thinking this, you could be thinking that, you could be thinking this, or now you're getting that advice from some brother. So now you're trying to weigh out all those different options, and at the end of that, what you have to pray to the Most High that he would direct your mind in the way that you're supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? And leaving that room for that correction. You know what I'm saying? When things come about in different circumstances or different situations, whether it's in your personal life or you happen to reprove a brother or this situation or that situation, always that room has to be for many options, and especially for that correction to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Quick precept. Prowling are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? You know, the Most High controls our spirits. So wherever the way the Lord want our life to go, that's how it's going to go. The scriptures say the prophets are subject to the prophets. Brothers was born in this world, this wicked ass flesh we in. We was taught of a Gentile state of mind, but then the Most High woke brothers up. Now brothers are out teaching his word, and be in sincerity and truth, man. You know, and striving to endure this spiritual war right now, man. So it says men's going, you know, it can lead you to destruction, or it could leave you in the right path, all right, which is the wisdom of the Lord, the knowledge, understanding, wisdom to make the right choice. So I'll read it again. It says, for a man more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower, and above all this pray to the Most High that he will direct our way in truth. Let reason go before every enterprise, and counsel before every action.
Let reason go before every enterprise, and counsel before every action. You know what? As men, we deal with reason and logic. You know, the wisdom comes from the scriptures, but then we have to put all of the things in which we learn into proper perspective. You know what I'm saying? And seek the counsel of the Lord first, and then asking the brothers, you know, secondarily, you know what I'm saying, to get your thoughts and everything properly formulated before you make a decision, man. Because we don't make rash decisions how people in the world do. When you make a decision based off your emotions, that's what most people go wrong at, man. Because the shit just happened in the instant, you reacted without thinking, and then now you're like, damn, why I'm in this position? Because you did a stupid ass move. Yep. You know what I mean? By going off of your emotions and not letting reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna. You want to jump back to Corinthians?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Because I had, you know, I was gonna pull out Isaiah 53.
Oh yeah, well then, yeah. Bring that out and we can get ready to wrap it up.
This is Isaiah 53:1. Who? Now this is Isaiah prophesizing of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. All right. It says, "Who have believed our report?" Right then and there. You know, because get back to the topic. Because we rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. Who gonna believe?
Yeah.
You know, the elect will believe, man. That's the only ones that the Lord is dealing with anyway. You know? So it says, who have believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? Yeah.
What the arm means, what? The power. Who did the Lord give the power unto? Who did the Lord reveal his secrets and his mysteries unto, man? Getting into what? Amos, what? 3 and 7.
Yeah, secret service to the prophets.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So what? We hold the truth. You know, thanks to the grace and spirit of YAHAWASHI, we hold the keys to the kingdom, which is the name YAHAWASHI. We hold the faith. You know what I'm saying? We hold the knowledge that's to be delivered unto our people, that will grant them salvation if they willing to follow the Lord and adhere to his law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know, not the one that sat in class, you know what I'm saying, to the different equations and the algebraic expressions and all this is that and the third, and that got the PhD, man.
Yeah, he went to theologian school.
Yeah, they done for, man. They've been trained by Esau. They had all fucked up, man. We got it by the spirit, man. Though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, because it's coming from the Lord, man.
And if you understand the Bible, then if you don't, you know, in your mind, you don't believe that, you know, the true men of the Lord, starting with the apostles, his word of sincerity and truth, in season, out of season, throughout the 4 corners of this earth, doing shows, man. You don't believe that these the prophets, then you tell me who is.
Exactly.
And if you can't tell me who is, that means because you don't know the Bible. Just stop being prideful. You don't know the Bible. Learn. There's lessons out there. The lessons is on. This is what we do it for you to learn, not to sit here and want to fight. You know. Hey, humble yourself up and learn. Just learn. You know. Quick precept. Luke chapter 1 and 70. He have spoken by the mouth. Let me read from 68. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he have visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servants David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So that's who the Lord is revealing his secrets to his prophets. Who is giving you the knowledge and understanding? Who's breaking down the mark of the beast? You know, who's breaking down the revelations? Who's going into Daniel's and breaking down these mysteries, man? That's, I'm gonna say, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man, and the men on and down. You see, none of these other churches could get into that. That's why every time one of you grape juice drinkers, you try to approach Tahar, approach the apostle Gabar, Rumla, you know, you get cut the hell up, man. And then you start playing semantics, theatrics, and saying all other stuff that don't make sense because you don't know the Bible. And in reality, y'all are favorite. You are favorite fans, man. You actually they come to the camp to make us to force us to teach them before all.
Yeah.
Like if this thing singles around you, well, this truth is not just about you, man. When we prophesize into the world. You heard what Jeremiah said in 28:8, you know?
Yeah.
But jumping back, Isaiah 53:1, who have believed our report, and whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as the tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him.
Right, and we know that what this is talking about YAHAWASHI. You know what I'm saying? So him coming on the scene, it was no beauty that was desired of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we are in like when people look at us, like what beauty is there to decide the desire of us or the things in which we saying when we coming off so rough, raw, and rugged into you, man?
Yeah.
Nothing. That's why people looking at it like, well, I do this, what is in it for me?
Yep.
You're gaining life for starters.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't know who you are. You worry about what's in it for you. First and foremost, get some understanding first before you wondering what's in it for you. You know what I'm saying? You take your time to listen and adhere to the things that the prophets are saying out of the Holy Scriptures, and then you'll get all of the answers of what you desperately seek for, man. You know?
Hey, YAHAWASHI, all right, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, he didn't come to this world to get to save everybody. He didn't come to this world to be glorified as that dude. He's glorified, all right, to the elect. He is going to be glorified to the whole world, but he didn't come in this way like they pose as this man Jesus Christ. Yeah. You know, as Jesus Christ, this figure, you know, pretty boy type guy, lovable, mama's boy. Yeah. That's not YAHAWASHI. Yeah. YAHAWASHI caught hell, man, because he taught the truth. Is it not written that because I tell you the truth, now I become your enemy? Yeah. YAHAWASHI was beaten and crucified, man. So how dare you to think that YAHAWASHI was this mama's boy, loving kind guy? The scriptures tell you he was an austere man. And as we read here in Isaiah telling you that, look, he was despised and rejected of men. All right, so how much more his servants, the prophets, when we coming out speaking the same story, the same prophecies, man, that YAHAWASHI spoke about, we just continuing his ministry. So are we going to be like that? No. We're going to be called devils. We're going to be called serpents. We're going to be called the despicable of the earth. You know? They words, the choice of words they use is crazy. They cursing people out, you know? It says, Isaiah 53:2, for he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. You know, so that was the point. Yeah, this is all, everything that YAHAWASHI went through is all the exact things in which we going through, man. I mean, all the exact things in which we going through. And like how the brothers are getting into, YAHAWASHI pretty much, he laid it down and he let us know. You know what I'm saying? They hated me, they gonna hate you, vice versa, so on and so forth. I mean, 1 Peter 4:1 says, matter of fact, let me just grab it real quick. I didn't even know I could resume it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought your battery was about to die or whatever. Slack you. Yeah, this is 1 Peter 4:1. For as much then as YAHAWASHI have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that have suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin. You know, so we arming ourselves constantly with the like mind frame, because we know what this truth is about. We know what we have to go through, you know, to get to the kingdom. You know, Lord willing, we are a part of that elect, you know, and they need to do to endure, man, you know, constantly in the spirit, man, you know. Yeah,
another thing too, the Lord prepares us from even when it starts. That's why you got to learn the milk. That's why it's important for newly fruit coming in to learn the milk. Now here's Sirach. This is a basic scripture, you know. It says Sirach 2:1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord. This right off the back. You believe, you seen brothers out there prophesizing, you saw the shows, and you believe, you know, you fear the terror of the Lord, you believe, you start praying into his name, and now you like, I want to be a part of this, I want to make sure that Lord's willing I could be a potential elect and get delivered. Now you're coming to serve the Lord. So this is what he said. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. So that's Jews right there, man. That's milk. All right. And that's what you need, you know, even while you in the truth for a while. You know, you be in the truth for a little minute, you got to go back to these scriptures. Because one thing, what we say, one thing, hardest thing about is staying in the truth, because you got to endure. This thing is about endurance, man. You got to just keep going back and recycling those milk scriptures, because the milk scriptures is the foundation in the ground, man. You know, that's that groundwork, you know, and you need it. You need somewhere to stand on.
Definitely.
You need a home, right?
Definitely.
You know? Definitely.
Like with basketball, you know what I'm saying? You might have not played in a minute or something like that, so you might got a little rusty. What you gotta do, you gotta go back to the basics.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It always, everything stems off for the basics, which is the tree trunk, which is the foundation, man.
Fundamentals.
Yeah, the fundamentals. So you always gotta go back to that. Always sharpen up on that. Even with a karate, what they have you do, or fighting, boxing, they have you constantly going over the basics so you can master the basics, man. That's what this is all about. And without that solid foundation, and if you don't have no solid foundation, man. You know,
and trainers, masters, you know, like the apostles, they masters, man, dragons. You know, when, like you brought up the point about boxing. I remember when I was young and I tried to take boxing class. You know, being young, I couldn't do it because I was tired of throwing jabs. The trainer was saying, keep throwing the jab. Every time I came, throw a jab, throw a jab. So the whole time I was there, I'm looking at everybody fighting and doing all this other stuff. I'm the only one not running no laps, but just throwing jabs for hours. Just doing this, throwing the jab. Making sure I plant my front foot with your hand, because you know you got your legs got to be involved, so you got to get your tech. So you got to do that for hours. You may do that for a month until you got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the milk, man, of the scriptures. You know? Definitely.
You had anything else?
Nah, that was it.
Yeah, so lesson though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying, be politically correct, or you ain't gotta be the sharpest brother with the words, or the sharpest brother with the memory and stuff like that. As long as you play your role within YAHAWASHI, you know what I'm saying, that's all that matters, you know. And the scriptures also say too, I believe it's Timothy 4:14, neglect not the gift that is within thee. You know, so we all got our gifts and our roles in which we play. So according to the portion in which the Lord gave you, you deal with that accordingly, and you deal with that sincerely to the best of your ability. You know, and if you want to be increased within that avenue or that gift in what you have, then pray to YAHAWASHI to allow you to do so, man. You know what I'm saying? But be content in your role, and, you know, continue to struggle and strive on, man. You have something?
Yeah, one last one. 2 Corinthians 10, I jump straight to the point. Verse 9, that I may not, this is Paul, right? It says that I seem as if I would terrify you by letters, because reading this to the churches, and he was, especially Corinth, they was going off. So he was, you know, that word, his pen game, his wordplay was powerful in the Lord. And it would terrify you, you know, because you was being wicked. So Paul was trying to righteously, he was cursing you out, but hoping that you repent, praying that you repent. So it says that I may not seem as if I would terrify you by letters, for his letters say they are weighty and powerful. It says, but his bodily presence is weak and his speech contemptible. Now, if you look up contemptible, that shows you how the way Paul didn't look compared to his writings. You would think Paul was you know, his writings are a fierce type man. But when you saw him, his bodily presence was weak. He didn't live up to the words. That's how you know it didn't come from him. It came from the Most High. You know? Now, it says speech contemptible. Now, go look up contemptible on Google. It says despicable, meaning his speech was despicable. Paul didn't speak like your churches today. You know, like these men and all that bullshit, man. Paul spoke rough, man. Paul spoke rough. All right? The same way the prophets are doing today, man. Okay? And I forgot what it said in the blue letter, but you can look it up in the blue letter as well, you know. But put it in Google, contemptible, man. That means despicable. That means his speech was despicable. So how much more the people say our speak is? Despicable. Yeah. So keep bringing all the hate, man. Because guess what? That's just edifying that we the men of the Lord, man. You know, through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone.
Yeah, so, you know, with that, you know, we hope this segment was edifying, you know, and we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI.
Number one is to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalawam to the elect out there, doing this work of faith and live with love and true sincerity. Shalawam.
Shalawam to the elect.